Hi, it's Scott, Rockfile, back with another podcast review for you. Let's talk about the 2024 film, Land of Bad. I never saw a trailer or anything for this movie, but I like the director, and that's really the only reason I watched it. The movie looks like a straight-to-video kind of thing, and it's not. William Eubank got started in movies several years ago. He directed a movie called The Signal, which I own. I really like that movie. It's kind of a Twilight Zone, almost a riff on Dark City kind of thing. Then he made Underwater, which I thought was even better. A big budget underwater film with connections to like Cthulhu mythos and some pretty great underwater action. It was very impressive. I watched it several times since it came out. So when I saw this on my streaming service, Land of Bad, directed William, that guy, really? Okay. This was his, not as big a budget kind of thing as the last movie, but they spent a lot of money on this one, and it only grossed about $7 million worldwide. It stars Liam Hemsworth, Luke Hemsworth, Russell Crowe, and a few other people that you've seen in other movies. First up, Russell Crowe. He's great in the film. He's just too big to be in the military. The military doesn't have anybody with a big bowling ball on their tummy. But other than that, I thought he was really good in the movie. The guys on the team, they're fantastic. Like, everybody's great in this movie. So the plot of the movie is an Air Force drone pilot is put with a Delta Force team to rescue a CIA spy who's been captured in the Philippines. It's supposed to be one of the you get a crawl at the beginning of the movie that says this is the most dangerous area on the planet right now. Everybody's armed, and it's just danger, 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 danger. So the Air Force drone pilot is green. He really shouldn't be with these Delta Force guys, but one thing led to another, and he got stuck on this mission. Well, the first 45 minutes of the movie is establishing all of this, and it does a really good job, but I'm like, this has to be better than this, considering it got decent reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and people tend to like it. Matter of fact, people like it more than the critics, which is usually a good sign. Well, once this movie gets going and the mission goes bad and the action kicks off, it doesn't stop till the end, and it's one of the most intense war movies I've ever seen. Sure, it's not a perfect movie, and sometimes it goes a little too rah-rah into the whole, army and let's take care of each other kind of thing. But for the most part, I think it's some of the most visceral and well-filmed war-type action scenes I've seen in years. I felt like I was in with these guys when an RPG rocket was coming at them or they were getting shot or whatever. It really is well filmed, well executed, once you get past a lot of character development. But you wouldn't care about these guys as much if you didn't have that character development. I've said that in more than one movie. So that's why it feels a little uneven once it gets going, the movie just flows. This is a really good war movie. Really good action, good acting. They film these explosions. The drone the MacGuffin of the movie is Russell Crowe is a drone pilot, and they have to call into him to get help, to be covered, that kind of stuff. And it's one of those tense situations where, all right, target has been fired, or the missile has been fired, it'll be on target in 20 seconds. We don't have 20 seconds. That kind of movie. But the MacGuffin is they need the drone for visuals and to help. And as one guy gets away, they need to follow him and protect him and that kind of stuff. And then things get crazier and crazier. There's a few conveniences by the end. I'm not sure that everything was accurate to what would actually happen in a military situation, like a phone call in the room where they just watch TV and stuff. That is the only phone to get in touch with somebody when there's an emergency going on. I find that hard to believe, but, we'll suspend disbelief on that one. And the fact that Russell Crowe could be an Army or an Air Force officer, we'll suspend a little disbelief there. But other than that, I think it's a very well-done war movie. I don't want to get into any spoilers because I almost know nobody has seen this film. The action is fantastic. It's behind enemy lines, getting captured, escaping, kind of back and forth kind of movie. Just done from a little more unique perspective, a more modern perspective with the drone aspect and all the other technology that's involved. It's a different kind of thing than, say, a Platoon or even a Black Hawk Down. Performances are good. Special effects are good. I give this a recommendation. It's actually decent, and I want to know what else the director's going to do. William Eubank, he co-wrote it. He directed it. He's been involved in the writing aspect of all of his movies. I like all three major movies. He also did a mini movie for a band. The movie was called Love. I've never seen that, but I'm probably going to put that on my radar to watch in the near future. This movie got a Blu-ray release in the United States. It's also streaming on Netflix and other services. Overseas, it got a 4K release and some very nice ones. I might import it because honestly, some of the most beautifully filmed explosions that I've ever seen. There's a lot of action once it gets going. It's definitely ties up well at the end. I give it 2 thumbs up. Land of Bad is actually a pretty darn good war movie. It is rated R. There is some pretty violent stuff that happens in it, and some main characters may not survive it till the end. It's definitely not a PG-13 type war movie. This goes full in on the R rating, and deservedly so. It's a decent flick. I was kind of surprised. Ready to watch it again at some point when I need that visceral action thrill, because it really does feel like you're in a battle at certain points of the film. So check it out, Land of Bad. Like I said, it's on streaming services and available on Blu-ray in the United States. You can get it in 4K in other countries. Scott, I'm Rockfile. More podcasts are on the way. Thank you for taking time out of your day, and I hope the rest of it is spectacular.